So you think you might be autistic. You'd like to explore this further, but you're not quite sure where to start. Well, hang around and let's explore this a bit further together. Hi, I'm Phil, a late diagnosed autistic person, and it's my goal to help dispel myths about autism and help educate about what autism actually is, to help people who think they might be autistic come to a better understanding of themselves. So today I want to jump into another autistic test, self-test, that's online. This one's called the Aspie Quiz. It's quite long, so it might take us, we might split this over a couple of videos, but it's 119 questions, which is long. But the great thing about this test is that it not only gives you some sort of percentage or likelihood that you might be autistic, but it gives you a great little diagram at the end, if you do it online that is, that gives you a bit of an indication of what some of your autistic strengths and weaknesses might be, and also what your neurotypical strengths and weaknesses might be. So it's actually a really useful little tool. It's not a diagnostic tool, so don't confuse this for being a diagnosis, and I'm not a medical professional at all, just an autistic bloke. So this is more about just helping you discover a bit more about yourself, and maybe that might lead you to wanting to get a diagnosis yourself, but that's completely up to you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through the website Embrace Autism, and the reason for that is it's got some great discussion around the questions and answers, and really help to interpret what those answers might mean for you. So that's a really good website to go to. This test is also available in multiple languages. So if English is not your first language, have a look on that site, and it might be that there's a more appropriate language for you to do the test in. While we're talking about languages, I've been making a bit of an effort recently to try and provide my podcast in multiple languages, or some languages as audio dubs and other languages as subtitles. If your preferred language isn't there, please let me know in the comments, and I will endeavour to see if I can get that language included in future. Okay, so onto the test itself. The Aspie Quiz is broken into 5 domains: talent, perception, communication, relationships, and social. And each question has 4 possible answers. Question mark, which is I don't know. 0, which is no or never. 1, which is a little or sometimes. And 2, yes or often. At the end of the test, scores are added up, giving a possible score out of 200. A score of 100 results in a roughly 50% chance of being autistic, with a score of 140 or above resulting in 100% chance of being autistic. But again, this is not diagnostic, just to let you know. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go through my answers, but it might be beneficial for you to go and do the test first yourself, because you can do the test with me and then go and fill in your answers later so you can get that calculated score and the visual output. But each time the test is done online, it randomises the order of the questions. So the order that I'm going to do the questions in here won't be the order that it'll come up on the test for you. So that's just an important bit of information to know, because it might be a bit frustrating if you do it with me and then go back later and it's all out of order. So I'm just going to go through in the order that it came up for me, and sorry, some animal noises in the distance. I'm going to go through it in the order that it came up for me, and we'll go from there. So let's make a start. All right, question 1. Do you have trouble reading clocks? For me, that's 0 or no. I'm quite okay with reading clocks. Question 2. Would you quickly become impatient and irritated if you would not find a solution to a problem? For me, that's 2 or yes. Yeah, I'd definitely become irritated if I can't find a quick solution. Question 3. Is your sense of humour fairly conventional? No, that's a 0 for me. No, I don't think my sense of humour is conventional. Question 4. Do you have problems with timing in conversations? For me, that's yes, or a 2. Yeah, I do. I do have trouble with that. Question 5. Do you dislike it when people drop by to visit uninvited? I'm going to say one or a little with this. I'm not sure I'd say I don't like it. I probably find it a bit dysregulating if someone just drops by unannounced, like a quick phone call to say you're on the way is probably better. I like seeing people. I wouldn't want to discourage people from dropping in, but yeah, it is a bit dysregulating when you're in the middle of something and someone drops in. Okay, question 6. Do you like to protect people you are attached to, even if they didn't ask for it? For me, this is a 2 or yes. Absolutely, I do that. I've always done that. And I know some people have probably found that a bit annoying, that I might seem a bit full on, that's my natural go-to. But yes, I do that. Question 7. Do others often misunderstand you? I'm going to go 1. Yes, it does happen occasionally. Often is probably overstating it. So yeah, 1, a little, sounds about right. Question 8, are you good at teamwork? Again, I'm going to go 1. Don't know that I'm bad at teamwork. I just often prefer to work on my own, just so I don't have to deal with other people and, group dynamics and that sort of stuff, which can be stressful. Question 9. Do you recognise a lot of people? This is an absolute 0 or no for me. As per my previous podcast, I have strong problems with facial recognitions, which mean that I struggle to recognise people. Now, a little note here, the wind is just starting to get up. It's a bit of a drab and dreary day here down at the Gippsland Lakes in Victoria. And I'm not sure how we're going to go, but we'll push on for now and see how it goes. Question 10. Do you naturally approach somebody you have a romantic interest for? That's a 0, an emphatic no. It's a long time since I've been doing any dating or anything like that, but I know from remembering back to those times that I could never approach anyone that I had a romantic interest for. And any girls that I ended up going out with was mainly because they made the first move, or because we had a strong friendship first and it developed from there. So, but no, definitely not for me. Question 11. Are you often delighted by small things like the colours in soap bubbles and the 5-pointed star shape that appears when you cut an apple across the core? 2, yes, always notice lots of things in my world around me. Always have done, yep. Question 12. Do you have a fascination for slowly flowing water? 2, yes, absolutely. The visual stimulation of watching water flow on the waves as well is pretty good. Question 13. Do you have an urge to observe the habits of humans and or animals? Yeah, 2, yes, absolutely. I like to watch people, particularly in crowds. I prefer to watch people than interact directly with them, I must admit. And I think this is probably fairly common amongst autistic people. Question 14. Do you have an avid perseverance in gathering and or cataloguing information on a topic of interest? That's a 2 or yes. The collection of information has always been something that I've done. If I get interested in something, I want to know absolutely everything about it. And that might include cataloguing information about it, I guess. Yeah. Question 15. Do you tend to express your feelings in ways that may baffle others? 2, yep. Don't know what to say about that other than yes, that has been an experience of mine. Question 16. Are your eyes extra sensitive to strong light and glare? 2, yes, always has been. Struggling a bit today actually because it's overcast and I'm outside and the glare off the clouds is quite strong. I've situated myself under a tree here to try and minimise that and get out of the wind a bit. But yes, always have had that problem as long as I can remember. Yeah, I would be wearing sunglasses if I didn't need to wear my reading glasses to read the iPad to read the questions. Question 17, can you easily remember verbal instructions? 0, no. By the time I've processed the first instruction, I haven't heard what's come next or after that, so no, that's a complete disaster. Question 18, do you feel irritated when one person disagrees with what everyone else in the group believes? I'm going to go question mark here. I'm not sure. I mean, I could probably answer anything for this. I mean, I could answer yes. But yeah, look, I'm not 100% sure, so I'm just going to go question mark or not sure. Question 19, do you prefer to learn the character of a potential romantic partner through observation rather than conversation? Again, I'm going to go not sure. And again, I could probably answer yes to this, but just to be a bit conservative with my answers, I'm going to go not sure. Yeah, I mean, as we've said previously, I like to sit back and observe rather than getting involved straight away. So, but I'll say not sure. Question 20, are you asexual? 0, no, I'm not asexual. Question 21, do you feel an urge to peel flakes off yourself and or others? 2, yes, absolutely. Not so sure about peeling flakes of skin off other people. That might be a bit gross for me, a bit sort of unclean, but off myself, 100% yes. Question 22, do you cry about nothing? 2, yes. Weird one to explain for anyone who does not experience this, but I can get emotional over the most blandest, unemotional type thing. So, even coming up with an example is a bit hard, but yeah, yes, absolutely. Question 23, do you practice what you want to say in conversations? 100% yes, so yes, 2, absolutely I do. Scripting conversations, if I'm going out somewhere, I have to go through my head how the conversation might go, particularly if it's an important conversation or one that might be more emotional, like a relational type conversation. But even just going into a shop, I have to really script what I'm going to say to the shopkeeper when I go to the counter, for instance, or if I might need to ask for help. And a big one for me is driving to the fast food restaurant to go through the drive-through. I have to turn the radio off the car and have no one talking to me because I need to script in my head exactly what I'm going to ask for. Because of food sensitivities, I need to have things a little bit specific for me, so and I need to script that exactly before I get there. Question 24, do you like tongue kissing? No, that's a 0. Probably no, not really. It's a sensory thing. A wet type kiss is something that is a bit dysregulating, overwhelming, I guess. So I'd probably say no to that. Question 25. As a teenager, were you unusually aware of social rules and boundaries unless they were clearly spelled out? Yeah, 2, yes. I'd say absolutely. Often trying to fit in, make jokes or say things that were, wholly inappropriate, but, I thought I was just copying what other people did. And but when I did it, it was inappropriate or even offensive. So, but yeah, other things as well. So yes, I'd say that was the case. 26. Do you spend hours overthinking and reenacting negative social interaction? That's a 2 or yes, absolutely. Every negative social interaction gets reworked over and over in my mind. And processed, I guess, and that can be hours, days, weeks, months, years later even, they just, yes, definitely. 27, do you have a good sense of time? I'm going to say 1, I'm going to stay a bit in the middle here. Do I have a good sense of time? I mean, I could say no, but I'm not terrible. And I know this relates a bit to ADHD, this sense of time and being time blind. I'm not great if I'm in a hyperfocus, then yeah, I'm probably not great in terms of knowing that the rest of the world's moving on around me, and maybe I need to go back and interact with that. But I'm probably not terrible at it either. Question 28. Have you experienced stronger than normal attachments to certain people? Yes, for me, this is a really strong yes. Yeah, right through my life, this has been the case. Sometimes that's been in a sort of romantic / infatuation type thing. If I've been focused on a person of the opposite sex, then yeah, that has been a very strong attachment, and often embarrassingly so, especially if it wasn't reciprocated. Question 29. Oh, this wind is getting strong now. You know what? I might call it for now and maybe try moving location or try again another day. All right, that's it for now. Bye. Okay, I'm back. I've moved locations now, so let's see if this is any better. I had to put the hat on because I'm in the sun and it's really bright on my eyes without the sunglasses on, so apologies if that shades my face. All right, let's keep going. Question 29. Do you have to keep an eye out to stop people from taking advantage of you? I'm going to say one, or it's kind of like a little maybe. I don't know that I've really had the experience of people taking advantage of me, but to be honest, it is something that I'm always conscious of. I don't know why that's the case, but it just seems to be something that is in the back of my mind, particularly when it comes to like tradespeople type stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to go in the middle. One. Question 30. Do you dislike being hugged when you haven't asked for it? I can go either way on this. Do I dislike it? I'll go one. I guess a bit, but by the same token, it's something that many of my friends or friends in the past have done, so I'm quite used to it. So yeah, it's not like I jump backwards or something if someone goes to give me a hug, but yeah. Okay, question 31. Do you have difficulties judging distances, height, depth or speed? I'm going to go one, again a little. I mean, I'm good at things like catching a ball or hitting a ball or something like that. But I bump into stuff a lot, like rounding corners on doorways. I'll often hit the door jamb and that sort of stuff. Yeah, this one I guess is referring to dyspraxia, which is quite common in autistic people. So yeah, I'm just going to go one, a little. Question 32. Do you find it hard to tell the age of people? Interesting one. I'm going to go one again, I think is what I said. Yeah, I'm a bit in the middle here. I have had experiences where I've completely misjudged the age of people in the past. But again, I wouldn't say I'm terrible at it. Question 33. Do you like it when people stamp their foot on the floor? Do you dislike it when people stamp their foot on the floor? Yeah, strong yes, absolutely. The loud noise I really dislike. It'll make me jump. Even just the vibration through the floor is intensely uncomfortable. So yeah, that's a strong yes. Question 34. Do people sometimes think you are smiling at the wrong occasion? I'll go one. Not often, but it has happened. So yes, I'll just go 1 in the middle a bit there. Question 35, do you like to walk behind people you are attached to? Yeah, 2, yes, I do that. It has got me, I've had people in the past be a bit annoyed about that, but yeah, it's just something, I think it's a bit of a, I don't know. But yes, I do that. Question 36, do you find it difficult to engage in a task of no interest to you, even if it's important? 2, yes, absolutely yes. Yeah, I guess this is partly to do with ADHD and the interest-based nervous system, in finding it difficult to do tasks that are of no interest, and also even difficulty in starting tasks that don't have a great deal of interest. So, yep, strong yes. Question 37, do you need to do things yourself in order to remember them? Yes. 2, yep, absolutely. Question 38, have others told you that you have an odd posture or gait? That's a 2 or a yes. Yep, definitely people have mentioned that. I know I walk duck-footed, and I know I have a bit of an odd posture when I stand, and people have commented on that. Question 39, do you dislike it when people walk behind you? Not sure. I'm going to go 1 because the gut feeling is yes, I do, but I don't know that I've really thought too much about it. Question 40, do you like to have small talk before getting into the important topics of conversation? I'm going to go 1. My response here, I'm not as averse to small talk as I know some other autistic people are. So, yeah, in the middle, don't know. I mean, I'm okay at doing it. Yep, not sure, but I'll go 1 just to be in the middle. Question 41, do you get confused by several verbal instructions at the same time? Yeah, definitely. The time it takes to process something means that if several lots of information are coming at me simultaneously, it's not going to end well. Question 42, do you have extra sensitive hearing? 2, yes, absolutely. I guess that's why, I've spent 35, 40 years working as a sound engineer. It's just something that has always been the case, that I often hear things that others don't, and can distinguish sounds in a different way than maybe other people can as well as often being overwhelmed by sounds as well. Okay, 43. Do you worry your friend doesn't really like you? I'm just going to go 0 here. It's not something that I think about, and to be honest, that might have a lot to do with the quality of the friends that I have. It's just not something that I've ever felt insecure about, because the friends that I have been around for a very long time, and even though I often don't contact them, they contact me and include me. So yeah, no, that's a 0. Question 44, is it important for you to find a unique niche where you can acquire unique competence? Yeah, yes, 2, that's a no-brainer. Anything that I'm interested in or passionate about, I will spend the time to get as good as possible, and sometimes that means that I might become better at it than my peers or colleagues, because I've really focused intently on it. Question 45, do you have obsessive attachments to animate objects? I'm going to go 2 here and a yes. I'm not sure if this is supposed to say inanimate objects, because animate actually means moving objects that move. But either way, well, objects in general, yes. I know I have had specific attachments to pretty weird type objects that other people would not have any kind of attachment to. So yes, 2. Question 46, do you find it natural to wave or say hi when you meet people? 0, no, nah. Always been really awkward at greetings. yeah, no, some bad memories of greetings gone wrong. So yeah, no. Question 47. Is it hard for you to see why some things upset people so much? I'm going to go question mark, not sure. What have I said here? Look, I could have the tendency to say yes, but I also tend to think that I'm not bad at reading people. Maybe I'm delusional, I don't know, but yeah, so I'm not sure. 48. Do you find yourself at ease in romantic situations? Again, we'll go no there. G'day, how you going? Question 48. Sorry, just someone walked past there. It's a bit of an embarrassing question to answer if someone's walking past. Okay, question 48. Do you find yourself at ease in romantic situations? 0, no. As we said earlier, it's been a long time since I've been in any kind of dating sort of thing, but my memories of those times where I was completely awkward and yeah, definitely not at ease. Question 49. Do you usually find faults with opinions you don't share? 2, yes. I would find faults with those opinions, mainly because if I have an opinion, I've thought pretty deeply about it. I've probably researched it and researched the counter opinions. So yeah, I would have already found the faults with that before even someone else maybe shared their counter opinion or their difference to my opinion. Question 50. Do you like to create routines for things you've figured out so you don't have to figure it out again? 2, yes, absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't you? If you figured out how to do something, why wouldn't you create a routine around that and do that every time? Yep. No other answer there that I could think of. Question 51. Do you have or used to have imaginary relationships? My initial answer here was no, but it depends on what the question's actually getting at. I've actually answered this as a 1 because I'm not quite sure what the question's getting at, because I could answer it as a yes in terms of imaginary relationships could also mean sort of having relationships with people in your mind in terms of trying it out, in terms of testing that in your mind, I guess. So I guess for me that's it. I'll go 1, yeah. Yes, kind of. Question 52. Do you enjoy big events even if they are crowded? No. 0, no. I hate crowds, even though I like watching people. Question 53. Do you instinctively become frightened by the sound of a motorbike? 2, yep, absolutely. The sound of a barking dog might do the same thing. Yeah, totally. Question 54. Do you rock back and forth or side to side, for example, for comfort or to calm yourself when excited or overstimulated? I'm going to go 2, yes. I'm probably more a jiggler than a rocker, but I do find myself rocking occasionally. But definitely I move. That's the key point here for me is I definitely move in those situations. Question 55. In conversations, do you need extra time to carefully think about your reply so that there may be a pause before you answer? 2, yes, absolutely. That very real delay in processing that I experience, yeah, definitely yes. Question 56. Do you find it easy to estimate the age of people? No, 0, no, I don't find that easy. I've got that wrong many times in my life. I'm at this point in my life, I'm glad that I'm married, because I can imagine if I was trying to meet people, in like a sort of dating type scene, I reckon I could get that age of someone really wrong and it could end up pretty awkward. So yeah, no, not good at that. Question 57, is your sense of humour different from mainstream or considered odd? I've gotten one here, a bit of a soft yes. I could quite easily go yes. Yeah, it is different. Maybe not hugely, but yeah, it definitely is a bit different. 58. Do you tap your ears or press your eyes, for example, when thinking or when stressed or distressed? 2, yes. Not so much tapping my ears, but really pressing my eyes. Yeah, that's a really common thing for me. All right, so I think that's about enough for this first part of the video. What we'll do is I'm going to split this into 2 because it's quite long, and we'll come back next time and do the second half and have a bit of a discussion about the results. So we'll see you then.